What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Natal Kicking Knowledge. So, this is advice for people with a 12th house Mars. So, I pay attention to trends via my readings, via social media, and as of late, I'm seeing there's something going on with people with Mars in the 12th. And I just want to offer this advice. So we always have to go look at what is the 12th house? The 12th house is the house of isolation. It's the house of spirituality. It's the house of karmic patterns, right? It's our blind spot, the unconscious. So when Mars, the planet of aggression, willpower, sex drive, arguments, fighting, right? All of that goes to the 12th house. Unconsciously, this person not only has a issue projecting or expressing their anger, they have a karmic pattern in this lifetime where they express it at the wrong time. You know how like when you shake up a bottle of soda and then you uncork it and it just whoosh, that's Mars in the 12th, right? Calm, and then you rattled me, but you gotta rattle it a couple times. But anyway, right? I want to key in on the idea of karmic patterns here. So when this Mars is in the 12th house, you've had this issue with Mars and anger and all of that for lifetimes, right? And put it like this: sex is going to matter, the sex you are, so male or female. For men with the Mars in the 12th, whether they realize it or not, unconsciously, they have, issues or complexes surrounding their actual masculinity. So these may be the type of people that look at, muscle bound guys or guys who are projecting that Aries energy and are unconsciously intimidated or think he must know how, I wouldn't want any problems with him. He could probably fight or something like that, right? Now, part of the advice here is you have to monitor your thoughts, because the 12th house is a house of mirrors, right? Original house of Neptune. What happens is the 12th house Mars person is always going to have someone in their life that projects that anger for them. So then you can go ahead and look at your aspects to this. Okay, so say you have Mars square Pluto in your 9th house, right? Your father may be the person who expresses that anger and brings it directly to you, right? But the key thing, you want to look at that and examine, because you will attract it to yourself. And then the way the 12th house works is you have to learn the lesson. So for some people, you need to speak up. You need to be heard, because some people with Mars in the 12th feel like people don't hear them until they get crazy. No, there's going to be moments where, and you have to be conscious of this. Something happens, you may, where you need to speak up for yourself. 9 times out of 10, Mars in the 12th is, they don't say anything and then they bottle that. They get upset. Like, oh, I should have said something. It's as very simple as acting on it. But remember, these are unconscious tendencies. But if you're into astrology, you have to become cognizant of this behavior. And then once you're aware of it, you fix it by, expressing it in the manner it needs to. So then the second part of this is going to be know your triggers. What is it that is triggering you? And that's also part of what I'm saying. There's a lesson. There's going to be a particular thing, person, situation that constantly triggers you. So all in all, the Mars in the 12th person, they have to just have courage, because the thing with 12th house energy is that it's all looking for an outlet. It is looking for an outlet. So here are more solutions. And this is anything you can find online. It's all going to tell you the same thing. The change occurs when you put them into action. Mars in the 12th is great for people who rely on physical exercise, lots of meditation or yoga, martial arts, right? Now, I also have other videos talking about this, but this is where you can turn your 12th house energy into like a superpower. The person who, this is Mars in the 12th, is the person who all throughout high school who gets bullied, that in their 20s they get into martial arts, jiu-jitsu, UFC, right? And by their Saturn return, they're fucking John Jones, okay, or Conor McGregor. Still, there's unconscious tendencies there, but they found a way to get a hold of that power. All right, that was actually like a really aggressive example. I would just say more like a person you think is a pushover. You fuck with them, and they're a black belt in martial arts. So, all in all, what I'm saying is that the person they need an outlet to get a hold of this Martian energy, and then once they do, that's going to give them confidence, right? Because when we're dealing with the 12th house, this is the unconscious mind, part of the subconscious mind that responds to programming. All right. So if a person finds an outlet to do that unconsciously, they're training their subconscious mind to be more confident and aggressive, something that they were lacking before. Okay. So just to recap real quick, you got to monitor your thoughts, because you're projecting, thoughts that are going to bring to you aggressive people or situations that are forcing you to have to stand up for yourself. And ultimately, that's what you have to do for the energy to, you don't need to be a crazy person. You don't need to murder somebody. That's those extremes occur when you bottle it. But when you address the thing right at the moment that it happens, you don't have these issues. The next thing is understanding your triggers. What triggers my anger? What are the moments in which I need to speak up, but then I don't? All right? Don't let the moment happen and then go and beat yourself up. That is the prison aspect of the 12th house, because there's no solution there. The energy still has no expression. Then third, find an outlet for it. All right? And there's, just from my experience with certain people, they want some type of magical answer. And there is no magical answer. It's about practice, conscious effort. Pick up a skill. Get into martial arts. Hit the gym. Build yourself up. All right? And for the dudes out there, men and women, address your attitudes towards masculinity overall. All right? So, this is my advice for people with a 12th house Mars. This also applies if you're having a 12th house transit. Okay? So, yeah. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do so now. If you need a reading, holla at me. Till next time, peace.